YouTube. It's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We are streaming. Y'all know me on the way to work early morning, getting the day started. So I finally done no, I'm not making an excuse for me putting it off and getting to the subject late. But my perspective is real technical on a lot of stuff, and I'm just real hardcore about what's clear and precise. That's just me. I can look at something and see what it's worth and know that immediately it's a waste of time and it's not for me. And I can also offer it in truth that it not being good for other people. Now, if it's received or not, that's another thing. If it's accepted by you or others, you know, that would be totally up to you. It's not a belief. When I say I truly know in my heart that something is not good for you and a waste of time. You have a LGBTQ senator, very young and immature, in a leadership position, making decisions that's affecting your society. How did she get there? Baffles me. The age was surprising to me. Um, I was surprised about that more than anything. And it's not because she's a black woman. It's not even because she's LGBTQ that surprised me. It was the age. And I'm trying to figure out what type of experience, what type of insight, uh, what type of intellect does this woman have, which it shows that she really doesn't have any based upon her twerking. We got a very bad voting block in this country. A horrible voting block. Very horrible. The right decision makers are not getting in the proper position. And we have bad representation. I can only imagine who the twerking was meant for. Lo and behold, it had to be for black men. LGBTQ twerking. More than likely, you're twerking for black men. Man, the utter disgust and hypocrisy involving the constant shuffling of the usage of the black man is ridiculous in this country. LGBTQ twerking You want black men's support, primarily twerking is a signal call, a display in black culture for black men to draw attention from black men. And you don't even want to be with a black man. What you want a black man's vote and his support. You want him to recognize your blackness. And then there's this thing where they're trying to mix LGBTQ with blackness. Everybody's trying to graph their issues under the technicality of civil rights. And it's always black getting associated with some stuff that needs to be separated from it. Female leadership in this country is going to be a problem. I don't know why the greater society hasn't taken a look at what has transpired with the black community, as if they probably don't care. But, for the sake of proof and facts, a matriarchal system has shown that your community and your society will deplete and will disperse. Nothing about this senator represents anything beneficial to you. LGBTQ does not support the nuclear family, which doesn't really follow natural order, which doesn't really follow the 360-degree cycle of life. Male, female, offspring grows up, offspring pairs as adults, as male and female, and create offspring. Many constant continuation of the nuclear family, many nuclear families producing communities. Communities under male leadership, uh, preferably two-parent households, culture, tradition, and role-based structure. Deviant behavior has been allowed into the seats of decision makers. Deviant behavior, like outright public deviant behavior. It's one thing to do things in secret in the privacy of your own dwelling, in which darkness comes to light anyway. But we're upset. We're upset. We're upset that it's okay to be a 304. It's okay to promote being a thought. It's okay to be sexually explicit. It's okay to disregard family. It's okay to disregard manners, etiquette, what's proper, decency. It's okay to insult the intelligence of the people. This senator, I think she's in Rhode Island, if I'm mistaken. Rhode Island, y'all to be ashamed of yourself. The voting bloc The voting demographic that produced that, y'all to be ashamed of yourself. And shame on any black man that voted for her. If you black men are still voting the way that you're voting, and you keep producing candidates like this, politicians like this, then you continue to be a slave. Because I'm to the point to where I'm pretty sure that, we talk about a gender war in this space a lot. It's a confusion on when it had ended, when it clearly didn't end. But, you know, I talked about the war of masculine men versus simps, the gynocracy. That would be a civil type war. But I'm starting to think that it might be a civil divide among black men. It's because it's just not enough black men on board. You got black men scattered out all over the place doing crazy stuff. No political influence whatsoever. None. And y'all voted for her. And it does no good to promote free thinking black men when black men can't figure out how to get along and how to organize. Until you stop blaming your failures with women and what you claim to have a difference with them about, which a lot of is petty. I told you guys a long time ago, stop speaking on other types of dudes when it comes to women because it's obsolete. These women in the practice of sexual freedom, they're going to try out many different guys. So it has nothing to do with what kind of guy you want to be. It has nothing to do with that. Um, other things too. Guys just trying to be more intellectual than the next guy. Competition about credentials, profiles, resumes, a lot of goofy shit. You know, productivity is productivity. That's the thing. I don't condone street shit. Um, I also encourage, to get your life together, get out of street shit. But a lot of these things you guys have disputes over and differences over results in you not having political power and utilizing it as a unit in a group to prevent candidates like this being in power. I could probably surf YouTube today, go in the Black Manosphere, and hear the most childish, teenage, girlish, feminine exchange between two men about nothing. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been on panels and I done blaze dudes up. But when I blaze dudes up, it's because the dudes are petty. They're doing something real sneaky and conniving, unauthentic, um, and they're trying to fleece the flock. When I raise my voice, I'm ready to get in the boxing ring. So it's a big difference. So y'all enjoy. Give me a second. I'm in traffic. Got a truck doing something stupid. Y'all enjoy producing leaders like this and allowing them in positions that they shouldn't be in. For one, I'm tired of being attacked for being heterosexual, for being masculine, and wanting to produce a nuclear family and wanting to practice good patriarchy. The attack on patriarchy and not specifying whether patriarchy, there has been good or bad patriarchy, versus just deeming all patriarchy bad. I'm tired of that. And I don't know what you guys think you're going to get out of LGBTQ leadership. All you're going to get is an extreme use of retaliation. They're getting in these positions for retaliation. That's what they're getting these positions for. They're going to try to do something to promote their way of life and suppress yours. They went from being the so-called victims and being bullied to the bullies. And then they've decided to go politically and into legislation and positions of leadership for their agenda. Which they can do that. But I'm telling you, masculine men in the future is not going to put up with a lot of bullshit. Even the men that, whether they be soldiers, police, Secret Service, men that will have to respond to legislation and leadership at some point and be like, hold up, what the fuck is this shit? No, I'm not doing that. On top of the men in, so everybody talks about a race war. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, that could come about, but I don't necessarily think that the race war would actually even take place, because the way that they attack masculinity, the nuclear family, and patriarchy, it's going to be a whole nother civil fucking issue where men of all races who ain't with the bullshit ain't playing. See, one thing they don't understand about masculinity, true masculinity, when that motherfucking warrior spirit come out in response to some dumb shit, it will clean some shit up. Man, this is your boy Zulu. Gonna like, share, subscribe, comment. Y'all have a good day, man. Happy Friday to you, man. I'm gonna tap in with y'all later.